Broccoli is a well-known and widely popular superfood for a healthy diet. However, did you know that consuming it the wrong way can have serious consequences for your health? In this video, we will reveal 15 critical mistakes people make when eating broccoli, which could negatively impact your well-being. These mistakes are rarely discussed, yet they can lead to issues such as stomach damage, liver and pancreas problems, cardiovascular diseases, and even kidney failure. From dangerous food combinations to improper preparation, you will be surprised to learn how something considered harmless can actually pose a risk. Watch until the end to find out how to avoid these mistakes and protect your health. This video is going to be incredibly informative and helpful. If you want to take control of your health like a pro, give it a like, and let's get started. Mistake 1. Consuming broccoli containing pesticides and nitrates. This mistake can pose a serious health risk, increasing the likelihood of developing severe conditions such as liver cancer, kidney cancer, pesticide poisoning, and nervous system damage. Like other vegetables, broccoli can absorb pesticides and nitrates used during cultivation to protect crops from pests and boost yield. However, when these chemicals enter the body, they can have toxic effects. Pesticides tend to accumulate in liver and kidney tissues, causing damage and raising the risk of cancer. Nitrates, once inside the body, can transform into nitrites, which react with amino acids to form carcinogenic compounds, increasing the risk of stomach and digestive tract cancer. Research indicates that regularly consuming foods high in pesticides and nitrates is linked to an increased cancer risk. A study published by the American Association for Cancer Research found that individuals who frequently ate vegetables with high pesticide levels had a 20 to 30% higher risk of developing liver and kidney cancer compared to those who followed an organic diet. Los Angeles Hospital reported a case involving a 45-year-old woman who experienced chronic headaches, fatigue, and digestive disorders. During her examination, doctors discovered high levels of pesticides in her body. The patient admitted to regularly consuming vegetables, including broccoli, purchased from markets where vendors did not provide information about the product's origin. After adjusting her diet and switching to organic foods, her condition significantly improved. To reduce these risks, it is recommended to buy broccoli from trusted suppliers who can confirm that their produce was grown without harmful chemicals. The best option is to choose organic vegetables cultivated without pesticides and nitrates. Additionally, soaking broccoli in a solution of water and baking soda before cooking can help remove chemical residues from its surface. Mistake 2. Roasting broccoli at high temperatures. This mistake can pose a serious health risk, increasing the likelihood of developing severe conditions such as stomach cancer, colon cancer, liver cancer, and pancreatic cancer. Roasting broccoli at high temperatures is a common mistake that can lead to the formation of toxic compounds known as carcinogens. One such carcinogen is acrylamide, which forms when carbohydrate-rich foods are cooked at temperatures above 120 degrees Celsius, 248 degrees Fahrenheit. Acrylamide and other carcinogens can contribute to cell mutations and raise the risk of developing various types of cancer. Research shows that consuming foods exposed to high temperatures significantly increases the risk of cancer. A study published by the American Institute for Cancer Research found that individuals who regularly consumed fried foods had a 50% higher risk of developing stomach cancer compared to those who preferred boiled or steamed foods. A cancer treatment center in Chicago reported a case involving a 58-year-old man diagnosed with stomach cancer. He shared that for many years he roasted broccoli in olive oil at high temperatures daily, believing this method preserved its nutrients. However, doctors discovered that this cooking habit had led to prolonged exposure to carcinogens, which became a contributing factor to the development of his condition. To prevent the formation of carcinogens and preserve the beneficial properties of broccoli, it is recommended to steam it or cook it at low temperatures. These cooking methods help retain the highest amount of antioxidants and vitamins while minimizing the risk of toxic compound formation. If you prefer roasted broccoli, make sure the cooking temperature does not exceed 120 degrees Celsius, 248 degrees Fahrenheit, and keep the roasting time as short as possible. Mistake 3. Eating raw broccoli with a weak immune system. This mistake can pose a serious health risk, especially for individuals with weakened immune systems, as it increases the likelihood of gastrointestinal infections, food poisoning, and further weakening of the immune response. Despite its many health benefits, raw broccoli can carry harmful bacteria such as Escherichia coli and Salmonella, which have the potential to cause serious infections. These bacteria may be present on the surface of broccoli due to exposure to environmental contaminants during cultivation, harvesting, or transportation. While a healthy immune system can typically fight off these bacteria, individuals with compromised immunity, including older adults, young children, pregnant women, and those with chronic illnesses, face a significantly higher risk of severe infections. Research indicates that the risk of pathogen exposure increases when consuming raw vegetables, especially if they are not properly sanitized beforehand. A study published by the American Association of Food Safety found that approximately 30% of foodborne illness outbreaks linked to raw vegetables were caused by Escherichia coli and Salmonella, both of which are particularly dangerous for people with weakened immune systems. A medical clinic in New York reported a case involving a 70-year-old man who had diabetes and immune deficiency. He regularly ate raw broccoli in salads, believing it would improve his health. However, after one such meal, he experienced severe abdominal pain and was hospitalized with a Salmonella infection. Doctors determined that the bacteria had entered his system through raw broccoli that had not been properly washed or sanitized. To minimize the risk of infection, broccoli should always be thoroughly washed before consumption. For individuals with weakened immune systems, it is safer to cook broccoli by steaming or lightly sautéing it. These cooking methods not only eliminate harmful pathogens, but also preserve most of the essential nutrients found in broccoli. Mistake 4. Inadequate cooking of broccoli. This mistake can pose a serious health risk, as it increases the likelihood of developing severe conditions such as gastroenteritis, salmonella infection, and other foodborne illnesses. Like other vegetables, broccoli can carry harmful microorganisms on its surface, including Salmonella, Escherichia coli, and other bacteria that may cause serious infections. If broccoli is not cooked thoroughly, these microorganisms can survive and lead to acute digestive infections when consumed. This risk is particularly high for children, older adults, pregnant women, and individuals with weakened immune systems. Research indicates that inadequate cooking is one of the leading causes of foodborne illnesses. A study published by the American Association of Food Safety found that approximately 25% of food poisoning cases are linked to vegetables and other foods that were not properly heat treated. These infections can result in long-term health complications and in severe cases may lead to life-threatening conditions. A hospital in Miami reported a case involving a 35-year-old woman who became ill after eating broccoli that had been steamed for only a few minutes. Within hours of consumption, she developed severe gastroenteritis symptoms, including vomiting and diarrhea. Doctors determined that the cause was Salmonella, which had survived due to insufficient heat exposure. The patient was prescribed antibiotics, and her recovery took several weeks. To minimize the risk of infections, broccoli should be properly cooked using methods such as boiling, steaming, or roasting at a temperature of at least 70 degrees Celsius, 158 degrees Fahrenheit, for no less than 5 to 7 minutes. This ensures that harmful pathogens are eliminated while preserving most of the beneficial nutrients found in broccoli. Mistake 5. Storing broccoli in plastic containers. This mistake can pose a serious health risk, increasing the likelihood of developing severe conditions such as breast cancer, prostate cancer, and disruptions in the endocrine system. Storing broccoli in plastic containers, especially for extended periods, can lead to the release of harmful chemicals from the plastic into the food. One such chemical is bisphenol A, commonly known as BPA, which is widely used in the production of plastic containers and packaging materials. BPA is a known endocrine disruptor, meaning it can interfere with the body's hormonal system. When food remains in contact with plastic for long periods, particularly under higher temperatures, these chemicals can leach into the food and accumulate in the body, potentially increasing the risk of various types of cancer and other serious health issues over time. Research has shown that bisphenol A and similar chemicals are linked to an increased risk of hormone-related cancers, particularly breast and prostate cancer. A study published by the American Cancer Society found that consistent exposure to BPA was associated with a higher incidence of hormone-dependent tumors. Additionally, BPA has been found to interfere with normal endocrine function, which is especially concerning for children, teenagers, and pregnant women. A hospital in London reported a case involving a 42-year-old woman who was diagnosed with breast cancer. During discussions with doctors, she mentioned that she frequently stored fresh vegetables, including broccoli, in plastic containers, and regularly reheated them in a microwave without transferring them to another dish. Medical analysis revealed high levels of BPA in her body, which may have contributed to the development of her condition. To minimize the risk of chemical contamination, it is best to avoid storing broccoli and other foods in plastic containers, especially for long-term storage. Instead, opt for glass or ceramic containers, which do not release harmful substances and are safer for health. If plastic containers are used, avoid heating food directly in them, particularly in a microwave, as heat increases the release of harmful chemicals. Mistake 6. Eating broccoli with digestive disorders. This mistake can pose a serious health risk, especially for individuals who suffer from digestive disorders, such as irritable bowel syndrome, chronic constipation, and bloating. Broccoli is a valuable source of fiber and offers many health benefits for most people. However, for those with gastrointestinal issues, excessive consumption of this vegetable may do more harm than good. Large amounts of fiber can worsen symptoms such as bloating, excessive gas, abdominal pain, and even trigger flare-ups of irritable bowel syndrome. Additionally, for individuals dealing with chronic constipation, broccoli may further aggravate the issue if there is an imbalance between fiber intake and hydration. Studies indicate that people with irritable bowel syndrome and other functional digestive disorders often experience worsened symptoms when consuming high-fiber foods such as broccoli. A study published by the American Gastroenterological Association found that 70% of patients with irritable bowel syndrome reported intensified symptoms after eating foods high in insoluble fiber, including broccoli. This occurs because insoluble fiber can irritate the intestinal lining, leading to increased inflammation. A gastroenterology clinic in San Francisco reported a case involving a 45-year-old woman diagnosed with irritable bowel syndrome. After she began incorporating large amounts of broccoli into her daily diet, her condition rapidly deteriorated, resulting in severe abdominal pain and excessive bloating. Doctors advised her to reduce her broccoli intake and replace it with foods that are gentler on the digestive system. Following these dietary changes, her symptoms significantly improved. For individuals with digestive disorders, it is essential to carefully monitor fiber intake. Cooking methods such as steaming or boiling can help soften the fiber in broccoli, making it easier to digest and less likely to irritate the intestines. Additionally, pairing broccoli with probiotic-rich foods like yogurt may help support a healthy gut microbiome. Maintaining a proper balance between fiber and fluid intake is also crucial, so drinking plenty of water throughout the day is recommended. Mistake 7. Excessive consumption of broccoli for pancreatic conditions. This mistake can pose a serious health risk, particularly for individuals suffering from pancreatic conditions such as pancreatitis, diabetes, and pancreatic insufficiency. Broccoli is well known as a rich source of vitamins, minerals, and fiber. However, excessive consumption can put an unwanted strain on the pancreas, especially for those who already have chronic conditions affecting this organ. The high fiber content in broccoli requires the pancreas to work harder to produce the necessary enzymes for digestion. For individuals with pancreatitis or pancreatic insufficiency, this additional workload can lead to worsening symptoms, abdominal pain, and digestive issues. Studies have shown that people with chronic pancreatic disorders, such as pancreatitis, may experience aggravated symptoms when consuming excessive amounts of fiber. A study published by the American Association for the Study of Pancreatic Diseases found that diets high in fiber require increased enzyme production, which can place excessive stress on a weakened pancreas, leading to a decline in the patient's condition. A clinic in New York reported a case involving a 50-year-old man diagnosed with chronic pancreatitis. Believing that broccoli would improve his overall health, he began consuming large amounts daily. However, after several weeks, his condition significantly worsened, resulting in severe abdominal pain, nausea, and loss of appetite. Doctors determined that excessive broccoli intake had placed additional strain on his pancreas, triggering a flare-up of pancreatitis. For individuals with chronic pancreatic conditions, it is essential to consume broccoli in moderation and in a well-cooked form to minimize stress on the pancreas. Steaming or boiling broccoli until it becomes soft can help reduce the fiber content that requires extensive enzymatic breakdown. Additionally, it is important to consult a doctor or dietitian to develop a dietary plan that supports pancreatic health without causing unnecessary strain. Mistake 8. Excessive consumption of broccoli for liver conditions. This mistake can pose a serious health risk, particularly for individuals with liver conditions such as fatty liver disease, cirrhosis, and liver insufficiency. Broccoli is packed with essential nutrients, including antioxidants and vitamins, which are generally beneficial for the body. However, for those with chronic liver diseases, excessive consumption of broccoli may have a negative impact by placing additional strain on the liver. The liver plays a crucial role in metabolism, and when it is weakened, its ability to detoxify and process nutrients can become impaired. Since broccoli is high in fiber and contains sulfur-based compounds such as glucosinolates, consuming it in large amounts can increase the liver's workload and worsen existing health issues. Studies suggest that individuals with chronic liver diseases should be cautious when consuming foods high in fiber and other compounds that require active liver processing. A study published by the American Association for the Study of Liver Diseases noted that excessive consumption of such foods can lead to toxin accumulation and further deterioration of liver function, particularly in people with cirrhosis or liver insufficiency. A medical center in Houston reported a case involving a 55-year-old man diagnosed with fatty liver disease. Believing that broccoli was one of the healthiest vegetables, he began consuming it in large amounts daily. However, after several months, his condition worsened, leading to fatigue, yellowing of the skin, and loss of appetite. Doctors determined that excessive broccoli intake had placed an additional burden on his liver, contributing to the progression of his condition. For individuals with chronic liver diseases, it is recommended to consume broccoli in moderation and carefully monitor their diet. The best approach is to incorporate a variety of vegetables in balanced portions rather than relying too heavily on a single food. Additionally, consulting a doctor or dietitian to create a liver-friendly meal plan can help prevent further health complications. Mistake 9. Consuming broccoli when you have kidney stones. This mistake can pose a serious health risk, particularly for individuals with kidney stones, kidney insufficiency, or other chronic kidney conditions. Broccoli, like many other green vegetables, contains oxalates, compounds that can form insoluble crystals when they bind with calcium. These crystals may accumulate in the kidneys and develop into stones, potentially leading to kidney pain and impaired kidney function. For individuals who are prone to kidney stones or already suffer from this condition, excessive consumption of broccoli can make matters worse by contributing to further stone formation and worsening symptoms. Studies have shown that a high intake of oxalate-rich foods is linked to an increased risk of kidney stone formation. A study published by the American Urological Association found that patients with kidney stones should avoid excessive consumption of foods containing oxalates such as spinach, rhubarb, and broccoli to reduce the risk of developing new stones and prevent their condition from worsening. A urology department in a Boston hospital reported a case involving a 38-year-old woman who experienced recurring kidney stones. Unaware of the oxalate content in broccoli, she consumed it daily as part of her diet. Doctors determined that her regular intake of broccoli had contributed to the formation of new stones and the progression of her condition. After eliminating broccoli from her diet and switching to a low oxalate meal plan, her symptoms significantly improved. Individuals with kidney stones or other kidney disorders should carefully monitor their diet and avoid excessive consumption of oxalate-rich foods. Maintaining a balance between oxalate-containing foods and other nutrients, such as calcium and magnesium, can help lower the risk of stone formation. Consulting with a doctor or dietitian can provide guidance on adjusting the diet to prevent further complications. Mistake 10. Consuming broccoli with gastritis or stomach ulcers. This mistake can pose a serious health risk, particularly for individuals suffering from gastritis, peptic ulcers, or gastroesophageal reflux disease. Although broccoli offers many health benefits, it can be problematic for people with stomach conditions. Its high fiber content, along with its natural acidity, can irritate an inflamed stomach lining, worsening symptoms of gastritis and ulcers. Eating raw broccoli or consuming it in large amounts may increase inflammation, lead to stomach pain, cause heartburn, and even trigger an ulcer flare-up. Research indicates that people with chronic stomach conditions, such as gastritis and ulcers, may experience worsened symptoms when consuming high-fiber and acidic foods. A study published by the American Gastroenterological Society found that patients with peptic ulcers who included irritating foods in their diet were more likely to suffer symptom flare-ups and experienced longer recovery periods. A gastroenterology clinic in San Diego reported a case involving a 60-year-old man with chronic gastritis. Believing that broccoli would support his health, he began consuming it regularly. However, after several weeks, he sought medical attention due to severe stomach pain and persistent heartburn. Doctors determined that broccoli had aggravated his stomach lining, worsening his gastritis, and triggering a flare-up. For individuals with gastritis, ulcers, or gastroesophageal reflux disease, it is best to consume broccoli with caution. Steamed or boiled broccoli is a better option, as these cooking methods reduce its acidity and soften the fiber, making it less irritating to the stomach. Additionally, portion control is important, and it is advisable to avoid eating broccoli on an empty stomach. Consulting a doctor or dietitian can help determine the safest portion size and preparation method based on an individual's specific digestive condition. Mistake 11. Excessive consumption of broccoli with thyroid disorders. This mistake can pose a serious health risk, especially for individuals with hypothyroidism and other thyroid dysfunctions. Broccoli, like certain other cruciferous vegetables, contains goitrogens, compounds that can interfere with the thyroid's ability to absorb iodine, a crucial element for its proper function. Iodine is essential for the production of thyroid hormones, which regulate metabolism in the body. For individuals with hypothyroidism or other thyroid disorders, excessive consumption of broccoli may worsen iodine deficiency and further reduce hormone levels, leading to metabolic imbalances, fatigue, weight gain, and other symptoms. Research has shown that people with hypothyroidism who consume large amounts of cruciferous vegetables, such as broccoli, may experience worsening symptoms. A study published by the American Association of Endocrinologists noted that regular intake of goitrogens can suppress thyroid activity in individuals with existing thyroid issues, making dietary management especially important. A medical center in Boston reported a case involving a 45-year-old woman diagnosed with hypothyroidism. Believing that broccoli would be beneficial for her overall health, she significantly increased her intake. After several months, her condition worsened, leading to fatigue, constant tiredness, and weight gain. Doctors found that excessive broccoli consumption had further suppressed her thyroid function, making her hypothyroidism more severe. For individuals with thyroid conditions, it is important to consume broccoli and other cruciferous vegetables in moderation while carefully monitoring their intake. Ensuring adequate iodine consumption from other sources such as iodized salt, seafood, and supplements when necessary can help maintain thyroid health. Consulting an endocrinologist can help determine an optimal diet plan that supports thyroid function while preventing negative effects. Mistake 12. Excessive consumption of broccoli with anemia. This mistake can pose a serious health risk, especially for individuals suffering from iron deficiency anemia, chronic fatigue, and general weakness. While broccoli has many health benefits, it also contains compounds such as phytates and oxalates, which can interfere with the absorption of iron from food. This is particularly important for people with anemia who already have low iron levels. Although broccoli is rich in vitamins and minerals, consuming it in excessive amounts may contribute to iron deficiency, worsening symptoms such as weakness, fatigue, dizziness, and a weakened immune system. Studies have shown that individuals with iron deficiency anemia should avoid excessive consumption of foods that can inhibit iron absorption. A study published by the American Society of Hematology found that phytates and oxalates found in cruciferous vegetables, including broccoli, can significantly reduce iron bioavailability, especially when consumed in large quantities without additional iron supplementation. A clinic in Los Angeles reported a case involving a 30-year-old woman diagnosed with iron deficiency anemia. Hoping to improve her overall health, she increased her intake of broccoli. However, she soon noticed that her anemia symptoms had worsened. A blood test revealed a significant drop in her iron levels. After identifying the cause, dietitians advised her to reduce her broccoli intake and increase her consumption of foods rich in heme iron, such as meat and fish. For individuals with anemia, it is important to maintain a balanced diet that supports iron absorption. Pairing iron-rich foods with sources of vitamin C, such as citrus fruits, can help improve iron uptake, while limiting excessive consumption of foods that contain inhibitors like phytates and oxalates can prevent further deficiencies. Consulting with a doctor or nutritionist can help create a diet plan that supports optimal iron levels and overall well-being. Mistake 13: consuming broccoli while taking anticoagulants. This mistake can pose a serious health risk, especially for individuals who take anticoagulants, medications that help prevent blood clots and reduce the risk of strokes. Like many other green vegetables, broccoli contains a high amount of vitamin K, which plays a key role in blood clotting. Anticoagulants such as warfarin work by reducing blood clotting to prevent dangerous blockages. However, vitamin K can counteract the effects of these medications, increasing the risk of excessive bleeding. Consuming large amounts of broccoli while taking anticoagulants may lead to internal bleeding, anemia, and even a higher risk of stroke. Research has shown that individuals taking anticoagulants need to carefully monitor their vitamin K intake to avoid interfering with their medication. A study published by the American Society of Clinical Pharmacology found that foods high in vitamin K, such as broccoli, spinach, and cabbage, can significantly alter the effects of anticoagulants, increasing the likelihood of bleeding complications. A hospital in New York reported a case involving a 65-year-old man who was taking warfarin following a stroke. Believing that broccoli was beneficial for his health, he increased his intake. However, he soon began experiencing unusual symptoms, including unexplained bruising, weakness, and dizziness. Blood tests revealed that his clotting ability had decreased significantly, putting him at risk of internal bleeding. Doctors determined that his excessive broccoli consumption, which is rich in vitamin K, had weakened the effectiveness of his medication. For individuals taking anticoagulants, it is important to maintain a consistent intake of vitamin K-rich foods like broccoli. This means avoiding sudden changes in the amount of vitamin K consumed to ensure that the medication continues to work effectively. Consulting a doctor or dietitian can help create a meal plan that maintains a stable level of vitamin K while preventing harmful interactions with medication. Therefore, consuming broccoli while on anticoagulants can increase the risk of bleeding and interfere with the medication's effectiveness. A well-balanced approach to diet and guidance from medical professionals can help manage these risks and support overall health. Mistake 14: consuming broccoli with cardiovascular diseases. This mistake can pose a serious health risk, especially for individuals with cardiovascular conditions such as coronary artery disease, atherosclerosis, and heart failure. Broccoli is rich in vitamin K, which plays a key role in blood clotting. This can be a concern for people with heart disease because vitamin K promotes the production of prothrombin, a protein involved in clot formation. For individuals with cardiovascular conditions, excessive blood clotting increases the risk of thrombosis, which in turn may lead to a heart attack or stroke. Studies indicate that people with cardiovascular diseases should carefully monitor their intake of vitamin K-rich foods, such as broccoli, to prevent excessive blood clotting. A study published by the American Heart Association emphasized that sudden changes in vitamin K consumption can interfere with anticoagulant therapy and increase the risk of cardiovascular complications. A clinic in Chicago reported a case involving a 58-year-old man with chronic coronary artery disease. After significantly increasing his broccoli intake, he began experiencing symptoms associated with increased blood clotting. Further tests revealed a heightened risk of thrombosis, which was linked to the high level of vitamin K in his diet. Doctors recommended adjusting his diet by reducing his intake of broccoli and other vitamin K-rich foods, which helped stabilize his condition. For individuals with cardiovascular diseases, it is important to regulate their consumption of broccoli and similar foods. Patients taking anticoagulants should maintain a consistent intake of vitamin K to avoid interfering with their medication. Consulting a doctor or dietitian can help develop a balanced diet that supports heart health while preventing thrombosis and other cardiovascular complications. Therefore, consuming broccoli while managing cardiovascular diseases can increase the risk of thrombosis and lead to further complications. A mindful approach to diet and careful attention to overall health can help reduce these risks and support proper heart function. Mistake 15: excessive consumption of broccoli. This mistake can pose a serious health risk, especially for individuals who are highly focused on healthy eating without considering the potential negative effects of excessive nutrient intake. Broccoli contains high levels of vitamins A and K, which are essential for the body's proper functioning when consumed in moderation. However, excessive intake of these vitamins can lead to hypervitaminosis, a condition where an overabundance of vitamins in the body causes toxic effects. Too much vitamin A can result in liver dysfunction, headaches, nausea, and even skin rashes. Excessive vitamin K intake, on the other hand, can lead to blood clotting issues, increasing the risk of either excessive bleeding or thrombosis. Research indicates that overconsumption of vitamins, particularly fat-soluble ones like vitamins A and K, can have toxic effects on the body. A study published by the American Institute of Nutrition emphasized that hypervitaminosis caused by excessive vitamin intake is a serious issue that requires careful dietary management and, in some cases, medical intervention. A clinic in San Francisco reported a case involving a 40-year-old man who was highly committed to a healthy diet and consumed large portions of broccoli daily, believing it to be highly beneficial. After several months, he visited a doctor complaining of persistent headaches, nausea, and skin problems. Blood tests revealed that he had developed hypervitaminosis A, which led to liver dysfunction and dermatological issues. Doctors advised him to adjust his diet and reduce his broccoli intake to a more moderate level. To prevent hypervitaminosis, it is important to consume broccoli and other vitamin A and K-rich foods in moderation. A well-balanced diet that includes a variety of nutrient sources is essential to maintaining health while avoiding excessive intake of any single food. Consulting a dietitian can help develop a safe and effective meal plan that supports overall well-being without the risk of vitamin overload. Next, I recommend checking out these videos, and don't forget to leave your likes and comments. I'm looking forward to them.